Warning: this program contains mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Look out below! I'm letting go! Look out below! I'm falling completely! I lost control! I let it go! Now I can see so clearly around me everything I need. Look out below!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another installment of ECW. Mick Michaels here live, and what a night once again we have in store for you, ladies and gentlemen. I could not be happier to be right here in front of you on your screens. Thank you so much for tuning in. And boy, I know I say this every time, folks, but man, do we got a lot to get through tonight. Not only do we have the ECW Championship Tournament, but the ECW Championship Tournament will be decided on who goes to the final tonight. And those will either be Shant, Colossus, Tyrant, or Brent, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a night we already have in store. The 4 men remaining in that tournament will come down to just 2, and that will be decided tonight. So many things to figure out. Last week, Eric Samoyd brutally attacked on ECW at the end of the episode, coming out for vengeance. Wait a second, we got a car pulling up here. This is showing up on our Jumbotron. Who is in this? Oh, wait. Who the hell is that? I don't recognize who that guy is. Oh, wait a second. I know who those guys are. Seems to be those are the 2 men who attacked Eric Samoyd last week on the show. Oh boy. So it looks like the culprits who viciously attacked Eric Samoyd on the last episode of ECW are in the building, and that man that was with him, I'm not even sure who that is, but it seems he doesn't have a mask on. Could that be the guy that... I have no idea. But ladies and gentlemen, our first match of the night is the first match of the 2 tonight for the ECW Championship Tournament, and of course Shant will be going up against Colossus to kick off tonight, episode 3 of ECW. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to episode 3 of ECW. The date is Sunday, May 31st. What a night, once again, we have in store for you, the fans, as we edge closer and closer to the Night of Champions. The first pay-per-view for ECW since our long, much too long hiatus, may I say. Shant is going to have his hands full tonight as he goes up against this man right here. 7'5" monster, over 300 pounds, well over 300 pounds, and the name fits. Colossus, of course, defeating Chad in his first match quite handily, may I add. Chad is not a competitor to throw around the ring, but I guess if you're Colossus, that's pretty easy to do. Colossus has quite a history already in the ECW, without even being one of the founding members of ECW, sort of edging his way in as Adam Pulp's bodyguard. And of course, if you can recall, if you've done your homework, Colossus being the man that buried Metaphor a Alive. And they had their Buried Alive match way back then. Colossus, a giant, monstrous opponent. And that if Shant wants to beat him tonight, he's going to have to find more ways than one to figure out how to maneuver this man right here. Shant defeating Eric Samoid in the first match. I shouldn't say defeating Eric Samoid, but rather, of course, as you know, Raymond Zender being run down by the car. And I don't know what's going to come of that. As you saw, the two men that attacked Eric Samoid entering the building in a limousine. I don't even know how they got let in here. But I'm assuming we're going to find out more about that tonight. Look at this. Colossus just picking up Shant. Oh, and throwing him across the ring to begin this match. And now Shant running around Colossus and a DDT. What a maneuver there by Shant. And a punch and Colossus reversing it. Simply overpowering Shant right there. And again, 2 knees to the gut. Wow. Those are some giant legs. And look at the size difference already you see here. Wait a second. Shant! Belly to belly suplex. Don't count Shant out, as he's a very tough and strong competitor. And let me remind you folks that the winner of this match will be going to the main event of Night of Champions to square off against the winner of Tyrant and Brent for the ECW Championship. We got a pin here and not even a 1 count. Shant kicking in. Eric Samoid, we don't even know if he's in the building tonight. After a vicious attack by what seems to be the DOA. I don't want to make any assumptions. Strange man coming out of the limousine with the 2 culprits to kick off this night. Later tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we got hardcore action. The new hardcore champion, John Wayne Glover, JWG. It's not easy to say quickly. Oh, goodness. Oh, and a DDT there by Shant again, coming out of nowhere. And now what's he got set up? Is he going to go for the diving headbutt? No, he's going to go for the quick pin here. 2 and... oh, my goodness, Shant was a count away from the main event at Night of Champions. And imagine that, ladies and gentlemen. Shant's dream. He has said in interviews in the past, his one and only dream is to become ECW champion. And what if? What if? He definitely has the talent and skill to do so. But his biggest challenge is right in front of him, and it stands 7 foot 5 feet tall. 7 foot 5. My goodness. Shant not doing a half-bad job here, keeping up with Colossus, but just overpowering. Oh, and stepping on him. That is well over 300 pounds coming right down under your chest. Oh! Arm drag there by Shant, just keeping up. Wait a second now. Oh, now Colossus slamming Shant down to the mat. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, last episode on ECW, we saw Mark Brandel viciously attacked as well by Devin Foolhardy with a lead pipe after his match against Sermon Bundy, defeating Sermon Bundy. Oh, wait a second here. Colossus, sorry, excuse me. Colossus setting something up, and oh no. Shant is in a world of trouble, and it lands. The choke slam lands by Colossus. And that might be the end of it, ladies and gentlemen. All he's got to do is pin, but he's picking Shant back. Wait a sec. Oh, no, come on. A second choke slam by Colossus. And what is he doing? Pin him. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. A third chokeslam is coming to Shant's way. And oh my, oh God! Oh God. Ladies and gentlemen, Shant just landed right on his neck on that third chokeslam, and that is the match. Colossus chokeslamming Shant not once, not twice, but 3 times to maintain the victory, and I think that's a little overkill. Don't you think, Colossus? My goodness. One could have done it, but it just wasn't enough for this guy. In which, oh, Shant needs help. That third chokeslam, Shant landing on his neck, and it was just ugly. You know, it's one thing to be competitive in the ring, Colossus, but when you put somebody else's career on the line, that is not championship material in my books. But Colossus, regardless of what I think, is moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Mick McMichael's here, and in my opinion, not a great way to start ECW off. Shant is still not moved, and the EMTs are treating him now in the ring. And I don't know. We've lost too many people this past little while, and I don't think we can afford to lose one more. The EMTs have put Shant onto a stretcher and are taking him out of the arena. Oh, God. Once again, let's see this replay of Colossus with his third chokeslam in slow motion. Look at Shant's neck here. Oh, my God. That's hard to watch. That is hard to watch. Well, we wish Shant all the best, and we hope that is not a spinal injury. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, in wrestling, spinal injuries are nothing to mess around about. And we hope he's well. But that puts Colossus into the main event. The main event at Night of Champions, and Colossus will go... Whoa. There we have the faction, and that strange man we saw come out of the limo earlier tonight with the masked men who attacked Eric Samoid last episode on ECW. And it's almost as if he's stalking them. The faction nowhere to be found last week. And what is going on there? So here we have our new women's champion. Hattori Hanzo made her debut last episode on ECW, ladies and gentlemen, and what a debut it was. Going up against 3 other divas. It's supposed to be a 5-way divas match, but of course, as you know, Kimberly Page getting taken out before the match. Members of the faction that was once a powerhouse in ECW has just been ripped apart by who we think is the DOA. I'm hoping we get answers tonight. And here comes her competitor. As you know, this is a member of the Misfits. Dixie was also part of that 4-way match against Hattori Hanzo. She stated in an interview that she felt she didn't get a fair shake in that match. Nor was she pinned, so I give her that credit. So we got some singles action for the women's title now. It's going to be Dixie versus Hattori Hanzo, and if Dixie can pull off the win, this won't be her first rodeo, but it will be her first women's title. Of course, in past years, Kimberly Page being the dominant force in the women's division. Hattori Hanzo changing that. And what a beautiful belt that is. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The women's title up for grabs. It's Dixie, Hattori Hanzo. Let's get it going. Quick lock up here. Hattori Hanzo with an elbow to the back of Dixie's head to kick it off. And now Dixie, Hattori in a headlock and a hip toss down to the mat. armbar here by Dixie. Back and forth to begin this contest. And if Dixie can pull this off, that'll make her women's champion and the Misfits tag team champions. Oh, and look at that move. Springboard off the ropes. And now Dixie coming in behind and a face buster, excuse me. How about that? 3 belts within the Misfits. And her first women's title. Tori Hanzo taking down Stacy Kilbert last week in the 4-way women's match. Oh, and speaking of which, a back body drop, just a massive back body drop there, and we got a lockup. Dixie getting up quicker than I would expect from that. And another facebuster to follow it up. What a move. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, Nanook of the North going up against Mastodon last episode for a qualifying match that is still unknown to the fans, but will be for the YouTube title at Night of Champions. Now it's going to be a 4-way match, we know that for sure. And the qualifiers, of course, Nanook of the North qualifying for it last episode, as well as Melvin Moon, who defeated Abraham Little in singles competition. And mind you, has made his debut in ECW in style, might I add. Having 2 victories in his first 2 matches. That's not too shabby. And now Hattori up to the top with a crossbody, landing on Dixie. And we got a pin here. No, not even a 2 count. Dixie is here to compete. So Nanook of the North and Melvin Moon have qualified for this fatal 4-way match that will be happening at Night of Champions. 2 more qualifiers to go. And one of those matches will be tonight. And here we go. Hurricane Rana by Dixie, and that could turn the tide very quickly. Hattori getting ready for something here. Saw that X Factor, but didn't happen there. Dixie reverses it, and another Hurricane Rana by Dixie. And now Dixie leaving the ring, and what is going on? Oh, whoa, wait a second. Dixie taking the top off the table. She has her hardcore tendencies, and Hattori is making a run for it. That is not happening. If Hattori gets counted out, the title may change hands, and she just realized that, I think, and whoa! All of a sudden, comes running at Dixie, and are now fighting at the top of the ramp. Has this turned into a women's hardcore? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. There it is! There's that facebuster she used to win the match last episode, and has just knocked Dixie out cold at the top of the ramp. And it's now... Oh, come on. Is she going to win by a countout? Oh, Dixie's up. Dixie's up. We're at an 8 count. And Dixie is going to get back in time. And she's in. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Hattori capitalizing on a tired Dixie who just took a facebuster at the top of the ramp there. And Dixie still hasn't had time to recover yet. Oh, wait a second. And here comes another one. There it is, and it connects. Dixie down to the mat from a second facebuster there, and this could do it. 2 and 3. Hattori Hanzo retains the women's title, and Dixie will not be going home with the women's title tonight. Wow, what a turn of events there. Hattori Hanzo running away from Dixie as soon as she showed any sign of taking this match to the next level by ripping the top off of that table. Seems it would have all been a decoy. But regardless, Hattori Hanzo is still your women's champion. Strategy or no strategy, it worked. do what you got to do. In the ECW, as the great Raymond Zender said it, ladies and gentlemen, you take it the way you see it. And of course, our friend Raymond Zender is still in hospital recovering. Oh, wait a second. Dale Herndon in the back here with the man that showed up. What the hell does that mean? So that strange man saying we will find out who he is later tonight, and we will find... Oh, boy. I don't know what to think of that, ladies and gentlemen, but here we have our hardcore champion on episode 1 who took home the title, the hardcore champion, John Wayne Glover, and what an impressive debut that was. Facing off in a hardcore match against Yoshi K, Gasso, and ATA, and absolutely demolishing the competitors in that match. And Jesus, do you have to bring the chainsaw to the ring? There's an actual chain on that. If he drops that, he can cut a fan's arm off. JWG got 2 new competitors for tonight. 2 new competitors to ECW. These were 2 men that faced off in the original newbie match on episode 1. Here we have Rory McCreary, who was in that newbie match against Melvin Moon, Abraham Little, and the next competitor who will be in this match, JP Requirement. And what a way to make an intro into the ECW by winning the hardcore title in just your second match of competition. Rory McCreary of the McCreary clan of Scotland. One of the only superstars in ECW of European descent. Here he comes now. Third competitor. This is going to be a triple threat hardcore match, as you know, ladies and gentlemen. JP Requirement. And this guy is nothing to gawk at. Nothing to laugh at. This guy possesses some power that we saw in his debut match. And once again, to win the hardcore title tonight and strip it from JWG, what a feat that would be. These 2 competitors getting their hands dirty in ECW, and you gotta give them credit. 2 men that could potentially, 3 men, JWG being a new superstar too, that could be potential ECW champions in the future. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Hardcore Championship, as you know, is on the line. JWG, Rory McCreary, and JP Requirement. A triple threat hardcore match, no holds barred. Falls count anywhere, and let's go. JP going after Rory with a huge German suplex, and look at this. Looks like JWG is already grabbing some weapons and just tossing them into the ring. Oh my God. I don't even know if JP knew that chair was there. That German suplex just landed Rory right on top of it. Oh, and look at that. Rory throwing the trash can. Excuse me, throwing JP right into the trash can. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, this is a falls count anywhere. You can pin wherever you want. Whenever you want. Use any weapons you so please, as long as it gets you the victory. That's what a hardcore match is all about. Oh, and a chair shot directly to the face there. And JP could be out cold. Look at JWG just staring him down, and then Rory getting it just as well. And wait a second now. Here we go. JP Requirement with a huge move. I told you. I mentioned that power as he was coming out. And he's not a big force. He's no Colossus. Or Papu Papu for that matter, but he can sure throw his weight around. Ex-bodybuilder. Marine Corps. JP Requirement coming out of Atlanta, Georgia. Joining the ECW. Oh, wait a second. Now slamming JWG onto the steel chair. What the hell just happened to the chair there? Oh, and wait a second. JP now ripping apart the table as if it hasn't happened already. And it looks like he's got some plans, but wait a second. There is that pump handle drop that JWG won the original match with, that won him the title as a matter of fact, and now throwing Rory out of the ring, and now JP out of the ring, and JP could be in some trouble here. Under the claws of JWG, Rory now back into the ring, but looks like JP is in a little bit of trouble, and Rory McCreary is doing nothing to stop this. Why should he? It's a triple threat match, every man for himself, and oh my God, no! Oh my God. Just putting JP Requirement, and no! Wait a second, Rory going for a ride, and down onto the pavement. Both superstars now down, and JWG is pinning Rory McCreary, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. JWG has just won this match. Both superstars absolutely knocked unconscious there on the outside of the ring. JP Requirement getting put through a table, only to be followed by Rory McCreary getting the exact same move onto the pavement. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you defend a hardcore title. John Wayne Glover is still your ECW Hardcore Champion. What a way to do it. Is this guy ever going to be stopped? What a dominating force in the hardcore division for ECW. And a staple, seemingly. But here we have the faction in the back coming out to the ring, maybe. Oh, wait a second! There's those two masked men. And they have just attacked the faction in the back, and that can only mean bad things for the rest of the night, ladies and gentlemen. The faction's looking like they were coming down to the ring there, but not so much anymore. Not being able to help Eric Samoid when he was being attacked last week. We don't even know if Eric Samoid is in the building tonight. And the faction just being picked apart one at a time. Raymond Zender, Kimberly Page, Eric Samoid last week, and now the faction being... Whoa, wait a second. And there's that man that Dale Herndon just interviewed. And he's coming down to the ring. I think this man is a part of DOA, and I don't like it one bit, ladies and gentlemen. He said that we would find out who he is, along with his associates, tonight on ECW, when we would know everything. And I think we're about to find out. There's a mic stand set up in the ring. And it seems like we're going to get some answers. We're going to get some answers right now. We all want answers. The leader of the DOA, calling it the Disciples of Apocalypse. Oh, God. What is he talking about? Here we are indeed, you son of a bitch. Oh my God. This Donald Sinclair claiming ECW will be destroyed? What is that? Eric Samoid, is he in the building? What? What? Donald Sinclair is the new general manager of ECW? What? No, you can't just walk in here and become the new GM of ECW. I'm sorry, Raymond Zender is the GM. Oh, come on. Come on. I feel sick. I'm gonna throw up. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Sinclair. Oh, God. Donald Sinclair, the man who just named himself out there, declared himself the new general manager of ECW forcibly by essentially taking the ECW, taking us hostage. We've seen the DOA's power before, and I don't doubt that they could pull the plug at any second if anybody makes the wrong move. Ladies and gentlemen, all we want is to provide you, the fans, with a complete episode. We don't want to go black again. We've done that before, and we don't want it to happen again, and the DOA is ruining that for us. Oh, God, I don't even want to... Shit. excuse my language. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Brent versus Tyrant later tonight, if we even make it to that point. But Donald Sinclair declaring warfare officially, telling us he is the leader of the DOA, and that Eric Samoyd is in even more trouble than he got himself in last week. Oh God, we need help. Ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, here we have one half of the ECW Tag Team Champions. Of course, this is Flair of the Misfits, sporting those one half of the tag team titles there. He's going to be going up in singles action against one half of the team. Him and his partner Piss will be facing at Night of Champions. And here he comes now, the man who defeated the faction with that brutal scissors kick. It's Big Smith of Chi-Town Slide. Now let me remind you, ladies and gentlemen, both Piss and Tay Williams have been banned from ringside for this match. Both partners of these tag teams have been excluded from ringside for this match to avoid any interference, outside interference. It's a straight up one-on-one fight to get us ready, to get us closer to Night of Champions, which, ladies and gentlemen, if we even make it there, and I'm not usually pessimistic about these things, but what Donald Sinclair just opened up in front of us, the fans, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but it's not good. Essentially taking the ECW hostage and saying, the DOA is here now. We're taking over, and if you don't like it, we'll just pull the plug, essentially. I don't know. I don't even feel comfortable talking about it, ladies and gentlemen, because... Oh, wait a second. I could say something wrong, and our feed could cut out just like it did on episode 1, and I really don't know if I want that. So I'm going to watch my words carefully and try and be a good boy until, I don't know, until something happens to hopefully absolve this situation. But in the meantime, what's most important is the wrestling at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, and that's all we can give you until the DOA ruins that for you. Flair. Oh, look at this move. Oh, wow, what a move there by Flair. Now a stomp to the face. In control of this singles match against Big Smith, one half of Chi-Town Slide, who made their debut last episode on ECW, defeating the faction. What a reversal there by Flair. High fly action here by Flair. He's always possessed that along with his partner Piss. Oh, and a takedown by Big Smith. Power versus agility we have here, ladies and gentlemen. Chi-Town Slide defeating the faction last week on ECW episode 2 to be the #1 contenders for the tag titles. Oh, wait a second now. Wait a second. Could we see that scissors kick again? And wait. Now setting him up and a huge slam down to the mat, and this could do it. 1 and not even a 2 count. Flair kicking out. Big Smith now setting him up against the ropes. Two arms, strong arms to the back of Flair now. And Flair now pushing Biggs away and changing the tide. Oh, and a go to sleep right there by Flair. And a kick to the back once again. And now, kick to the gut, kick to the gut. Oh, there it is! Flair with sort of an inverted facebuster there to Big Smith, and that's going to do it! Flair just won this match. Out of nowhere, Flair taking control and using that sort of inverted facebuster that he's been known to use as his special move and capitalizing and winning this match. Wow, look at how quickly it just comes out of nowhere. So Flair holding that tag team titles high, and wait a second, Tay Williams now. Oh, coming in behind and now grabbing the tag team belt and oh! Hitting Flair across the face with that belt, knocking him down to the mat and throwing the belt down, and that is not good. Oh, but wait a second, here comes Piss! Oh! Now taking Tay Williams down, and Big Smith is back into the ring. And now Flair tossing him out. It's absolute chaos here. And the Misfits taking control. And it wasn't so bad after all. The tag team champions, ladies and gentlemen, come out victorious tonight. Will they at Night of Champions? We're going to go on a break. We'll see you in a second. Stick around.